They should be like,
What is up, everybody? Episode 112. Joey Yates. We have a pack squad on the podcast tonight. And today is opening day of Snow Summit. What the heck? Everyone's probably
day.
driving back right
everyone's
now.
stuck in traffic coming home right now, or they're still in line for the chairlift.
They could be trying to shut them down, but that is not happening. I know that there's a lot of crews out there. SSB crew, if you guys are listening as you're driving down the mountain, what's up? YT crew, I know you guys are up there. A lot of folks are up there today. I know Giant was going to be up there. Geez, who else is up there? I think everybody except for us.
Yeah, everyone except for us. You got that right.
Some of us have to work and hump the coin to make a few more coins. But I'm really excited about this episode, Joey. We're going to be talking about Bentonville, our experience there. And we have some of the guys from Asheville. That's right. We have Biking with Bobo and we have Tan Daddy on the show. And we're going to be talking about kind of what happened there. There was a lot of stuff that happened there. And I don't know why I have a cigar in my hands. But we're going to be sharing a bunch of great things. And we're going to be getting these boys on the show here live. But before we do, let's say what's up to the chats. As always, folks, feel free to chat in, ask questions, and be a part of the show. We got Joey. Let's go whole shot award, huh?
Yeah, well, Spokesman had the whole shot at 2 p.m., but we're going to have to disqualify him today.
So. Yeah, 2 p.m. If my bosses are looking at this, the show starts at 5. I'm literally off the clock. But yes, Spokesman was on at 2 p.m. He says, this one looks even better than usual, but I'm out tonight. Damn it. Say howdy to the crew for me, and I wish I was there. Spokesman, you'll be missed. Always good to see you. So with that being a disqualification, who gets the whole shot then?
Here we go.
Dun, dun, dun. Miami, Florida, going out to Mountain Bike Q&A. Congratulations, Johnny and Lauren, for the whole shot award. Heck yeah.
Well, Lauren's not on yet, but
oh, Johnny, this is your limelight. Yes. Congratulations, Johnny. Always good to see you. We got MTB Rad Dad in the house. He says, hey, friends. We also have check this out.
Oh,
some
nice.
more guys from Bentonville. Scott Ripple and the Arkansas. Eric must have forgot his gloves for the show, he says. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. We got Slick Rick, EMTB Moto Adventures. Yo, yo, yo. Trail Pimp is out there. He might actually be riding. He says, hello, Team SSB and Three Brothers Extreme. Hope you had a blast at Summit today. Oh, he's eyeing them. He knew they were out there. Mia DePaula, what's up? Hey, Women's Mountain Bike Network.
He's switching accounts.
She's going from Riverside back over to StreamYard, I think.
Nice.
Yes. Oh, here we go. Lauren's here. In capital letters, I am here. Nice. I love it when Lauren.
This one is so true. I wish I had my earmuffs on for today.
Dude, Joey, it was incredible. Speaking of incredible, Women's MTB Network says Joey.
Oh yeah.
And I had bad FOMO. Yeah, she was out with a broken. Well, she was out with an injury to the knee, but she's getting ready to get on the bike. But let's get some of the talent on the show. Let's bring on the boys from Asheville, North Carolina. Let's bring on the one, the only, and I like calling this guy Lambo, and we'll tell you why, because the dude is fast. We literally dropped into a trail, and that was the last I saw of him. I was like, where'd he go? There was a little bit of dust, and that was it. So
nice.
The internet lied to me again. Bobo is freaking fast. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Biking with Bobo.
He doesn't want to go. There he goes.
Yeah. What's up, Bobo? How are you, brother?
I mean, I'm fast because I can't jump for shit. Like that's the secret to speed, is staying low. And having no style. Apparently that translates into speed. In that case, I'm incredibly fast. But nice to see you, Mark. Joey, nice to meet you, Joey.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Bobo.
We had a great time out in Bentonville, and man, there's so much to rehash. I mean, there was so much that happened. So
yes, man,
what an exciting trip that was.
It was a blur. It was like we got there, we were hydrated, said what's up at the YT tent, and then next thing you know, it was over. We're like, wait, what's happening? I was somewhere getting like an exam, a proctology exam at the end.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
that was good stuff.
You couldn't stop talking about that for some reason.
Right? Yeah, I thought, can't they do it another way these days?
No, unfortunately, we haven't made too many medical advances in proctology.
And joining you on this epic trip, your cohort, the man, Tan Daddy, No Breaks, Nate is on the show. What's up, Nate?
What's up?
Yes.
How you guys doing? What's up, Joey?
Oh,
And Mark.
nice to meet you.
Dude, good to see
Nice
you,
to
Nate.
meet you.
What a crazy trip, man. And you guys drove there, and I was tired just flying back because of all the episodes we had. So
Yeah,
fun.
it was funny. Like on the drive home, we like broke up the trip on the way out into like 2 days essentially. On the way home, we just did it in one shot, and Nate had a really good point. He's like, I feel relaxed because for the first time in 4 days, we were able to just chill and sit down in one place and breathe and listen to some music and just drive. The chaos and the excitement of that festival was overwhelming at times. And frankly, I feel like we're stupid for not going and experiencing that rush more often, because like interacting with all the fans and being a part of that scene was pretty sick.
Yeah, and we drained the batteries pretty much 4 days in a row, and we probably put on over 100 miles. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah, on the e-bikes, yeah.
So driving home was super relaxing, and I was like, kind of rest time. Yeah.
Yeah, because we literally got to Bentonville. We checked in with the guys at YT at the Airbnb, which was sick, by the way. And then we never touched my truck again for the entire. That's a testament to. I mean, granted, I kind of had a feeling that would be the vibe because I remember what Bentonville was like, but it's gotten so much bigger and it expanded so much. And we just rode the bikes the whole time, and I was cooked by the time I got back.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, totally.
Man. I was trying to keep up with you guys on the capper because I couldn't fly the decoy in. And
that's right. We got up to the top of a climb, and we were like all chatting it up and having a great time. We're like, where's Mark? Because we're just so used to everybody being on an e-bike. And
right.
Like, oh, shit.
I saw you guys getting smaller and smaller. I'm like, I'm just going to turn into the creek right here.
And that is one of the reasons why we drove also, is to so we can bring the e-bikes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Guys, take us to that moment. Like, how did this happen for you guys? Were you guys get the invite from YT to come to the Bentonville Bike Fest, and it was like on like Donkey Kong, or how did that whole thing kind of start?
I mean, Jimmy over at YT, my buddy Jimmy, who him and I were where this entire collaboration started. We're corresponding all the time, and we were, through texts and through emails talking about the Bentonville Bike Fest. And he asked if I had any interest in coming out, and I said, well, of course. But means of travel, place to stay, expenses and stuff like that were concerned for me. And the guys at YT were like, no, we want you to come out. We want you to make an epic video because this year's Bentonville Bike Festival is supposed to be bigger than ever. And when they put it out there like that, it was a no-brainer. And of course I wanted to decide. Of course I wanted to bring my main man with me, my buddy, my best friend, partner in crime.
And of course I said yes. I mean, we were able to like hang out with Brett Tippie and
Legend.
Dylan Stark and
Legend.
Anthony Napoleon.
Anthony Napo, so good. Dude, you guys were in a squad, man.
We had a squad.
Totally,
it was crazy. Like the first night, our literal roommate, the guy that we were sleeping in a room with, like we were in the biggest room because there's like 3 beds, was Dylan Stark.
Damn.
And the first morning I woke up with him standing over my bed, and he's like, you realize you snore like a gorilla? And I was like, I'll sleep on the couch tonight, But then we like bonded throughout the week. We became good friends. And at the last night I'm on the couch, and he goes, you can come back in the room if you want. I was like, no. But it was so wild, like, to be around these legendary guys. Like, when we're all saying our goodbyes, Dylan was like, we were like, well, cool, man. It was really nice hanging with you. He's like, yeah, dude. If you guys ever find yourself in, was it Southern California? Right. If you guys ever find yourself in Southern California, man, you always crash with me. And we're like,
wow.
What?
Okay.
Wow.
And I was like, if you ever come to Asheville, you crash. You probably don't need accommodation.
You
crash with me. It was surreal.
Yeah, they are super cool.
Yeah,
super cool.
Brett Tippie is my spirit animal. Like Nate was, describing to me who Brett Tippie is and the legend that is Brett Tippie. And he's, I don't know if you guys know our buddy Steady Spin. He's Kevin on Berm peak.
Okay.
Nate was like, he's like a crazier steady spin. I was like, oh, I know I'm gonna love this guy. I know I'm gonna love him. And it was an accurate description.
Yeah, Tippy's such a legend, man.
He
So
is,
like
man.
he's bigger than life, and his smile, he just like pulls you in.
Yeah.
I loved. What was it every day? You guys at around 4 o'clock, Tippy out there, free beer at the YT tent.
Yep. Free beer and frisbee tossing, man.
Oh my god!
I met him within 5 minutes. We were in the front yard chunking the frisbee around. I was like, I already know I like this guy.
Yeah, the glow in the dark frisbee too, man. He's trying to aim for your teeth, just so we all know.
Yes, he is.
Supposedly, when they went downtown for an after party, he ended up pulling the frisbee out in the Uber. And the Uber driver is swerving all over the place because he turned it on. It's flashing lights, and the Uber driver kept turning around. And it's hilarious.
He also threw the frisbee at the $20 million mansion after party and was asked to stop. He's like, anybody. I love Brett Tippy. Definitely one of the greatest characters that I've ever met, especially probably the coolest guy that I met in the entire festival at Bentonville.
Yeah, such a legend. And everything he's contributed to our sport, like watching him go down some of that steep terrain that he did on the bikes back in the 80s and 90s. Like, how? How? Incredible.
We watched it. We watched it with him.
We put it.
We were watching. We were just hanging out the last night, and Dylan was like, Tippy, can we put on your old Rampage runs and have you narrate it for us?
So
and he was like, nah, I'm not good. And then they just put it on anyways, and then he narrated like everything that was going on. And it was
no way. You guys got to experience that? Holy
iconic.
Crap.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That
was legendary.
Life of Riley saying legend. So you guys are driving in. You guys got the decoys at the back of the truck. You pull up to this Airbnb, this fat house that you guys were staying at. Were you guys right by Kohler?
No, we were closer to the start of Slaughter Pen.
Oh,
we're across the street from there. And Nate, we actually did a Bentonville Airbnb cribs segment that was supposed to be in the episode, but it just didn't make the cut. Nate, can you tell them a little bit about what that was like?
So we immediately showed up at the Airbnb, and we thought it was just an Airbnb. And so no one was there. We went downstairs. There's a whole drum set, and Bobo got super excited, started doing like drum rolls and like just going really crazy. And then later on that night, we came in the house and everybody was there, and we introduced ourselves, and he was like, "Oh, we're the owners of the house." And so Bobo immediately apologized for playing his drums.
I was like, sorry, dude, I ripped off a couple drum solos down there. Within the first 5 minutes of being there, I was like, sick.
You guys are supposed to check in tomorrow.
But he was actually stoked about it. He was a musician himself, and he was like, "You play?" And he just was, excited. But it was quite a shocker. And our Airbnb was pretty pimp. It had like a 10-person hot tub, which is completely rendered useless in the Arkansas 100-degree weather. Not one night that we got home sore as shit did we want to get in that thing, but it looked kick-ass. It looked really good.
The biggest hot tub I've ever seen, for sure.
Yeah, I didn't know they were that big.
Dang. Outsiders saying, I'll be there next year for sure. Sounds like an epic time. Oh, man, Tony, we're just getting started, too, on this epic time.
I mean, it was. And that's like a very common theme in the comment section on my video. Is like everybody's got FOMO. And I don't think that you're going to have that next year. I mean, that Bentonville's got a plan, and they have endless funds. And when you have a good plan and endless funds, so I'm not going to miss another one. Yeah.
So, Bobo,
I'll be there.
Yeah, definitely. We're going back. Tell us, you were actually partying with one of the Waltons and didn't even know it. Tell us a little bit about what that was about.
Yeah, we rendezvoused with these guys riding, and they just were so jovial and full of life and energy, and they just were so much fun to be around. Like, we ended up partying with them all night, and they drug us all over the place in Bentonville to this like dive bar called Bentley's for karaoke. and I was saying the filthiest jokes that could come to mind. And I mean, some really, obviously I can't even utter them here, like some really over the line shit, you know? And the next day, Nate wakes me up with his phone over top of me going, this is who you made the butt joke about. and it's Tom Walton. And I was like, oh, shit. That's why, because you never know. I mean, that's one of the cool things about the Bentonville Fest is you never know who you're going to run into.
Yes, that is so true. Dude, when I was eyeing the hammer for the first time, Tom Walton was one of the guys that was giving me information on how to drop it. I had no clue until later on you said, I was partying with that. There he is. And he walked by the tent. I'm like, yo, what's up, dude? That's the guy who helped me drop the hammer. Just so unassuming and such a cool dude.
Yeah, he was saying all kinds of weird shit that night too. You know, I just thought he was, you know, lit out of his skull because he was saying some really random shit like, yeah, man, I own me a couple islands out in Aruba. And I looked at Nate, I was like, this guy's full of shit. He doesn't own an island anywhere. I mean, he would look at us with his drink and be like, point at the moon and be like, next stop, the moon. I'm going in 2 years. And we're like, this guy is on drugs for sure, you know, like, but then we like look back at it, we're like, he is going to the moon. He's probably going to the moon. Yeah.
Right. Wow. Matthew is saying Bentonville is so rad that I bought a vacation home there and I'm going to go back next Thursday for another week. Holy cow.
If that's an invitation, Matthew, if that's an invitation.
Yeah.
You let us know.
I will see you there. Yeah.
I'll do the drive.
555.
We could do it in a day. We've learned that. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, how long was the drive for you guys? Not too bad, or
13 and a half, maybe 14 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not terrible.
Yeah. With all the stops. Yeah, everybody drives fast in Tennessee. So you get
I've never seen a
point A to point B pretty fast.
mile per hour speed limit before. I think that was a first for me. So yeah, everyone's just hauling ass. It wasn't bad.
You're going too slow. Let's go.
Yeah. It wasn't bad. I would 10 out of 10 do it again.
That is cool. Speaking of doing it again, one of the guys that you met here at the Bentonville Bike Fest for the first time was a guy by the name of Ryden Dirty. And we want to bring him up on the show. He's backstage. And there was an epic moment that happened at your first meeting. And we want to talk about it because we want to get to the bottom of this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Ryden Dirty.
Yo.
Yo, what's up, player?
What up?
What's up, Eric?
Dude. So, you know, Bentonville and some wieners, you know.
I was about to say my wiener is still tingling from it. And I'm not sure if that's from the joy or if you just gave me something.
Talk about the whole situation because that was not fucking planned at all, dude. At all whatsoever. But the moment you were like, are we gonna touch wieners? I was like, we're fucking touching now.
That was full on press. Yeah,
immediately.
What a way to meet. And we have that on film. Joey, do you have that queued up for our folks at home?
Let's harken back to that moment.
Here we go.
Yeah, relive it.
It was glorious.
Like I said, my wiener is still tingling.
Can we touch wieners? Can you touch wieners? That's a wieners. Only a bit so stoked. I got to meet fucking Bobo. We've known each other for like 2 years now, and we've been fucking talking forever. And we finally got to meet. And now we're on another level of intimacy. Now we tip touched.
That's glorious.
Tan Daddy's in the house. Tan Daddy, so nice to meet you, brother.
How come you guys didn't touch wieners?
I leaned over. I didn't hug with.
We're not ready yet. Tan Daddy's way taller than I am. I'm way down here. Well, it might touch.
That's hilarious.
That was classic.
The precious memories.
Yes, that was just one of many, but that was the introduction. And I love when you guys touched wieners. And we got it on film. And then Nate goes, "Hey man, nice to meet you." And he goes, "We don't touch wieners."
No, we're not doing that.
The serious Nate voice too. I always said it. Only Nate can put it that way.
But you know, that was definitely one of the cool things about it was like finally getting to meet, you know, you guys and other people with similar connections, because, you know, when I hear your guys' name, the segment, when I hear Ryden Dirty, you know, it was like, it just instantly sparked something in you. And then you see the person in front of you and you're like, your expectations are shattered, you know, like, this is what you look like. I should have known. You're like, I should have fucking known. But yeah, we met so many cool people, and yeah, the only problem with that sword fight is that we didn't lock eyes and keep eye contact throughout. I think that would have been nice, you know. But
MTV Q&A says, "Go ahead."
No, I was gonna say what I thought was so funny, Bobo, is that me and you are the exact same size as people.
Yes, we are.
I was like, what a trip. We're the same fucking size.
and we're both packing the same amount of heat in between our legs.
Oh man.
The line.
Yeah, Tan Daddy's a little bit taller, so his would have been like a smack on your wrist, like
his still aligns with mine. It just starts much higher up.
I gotta bend my knees, and it's all awkward. And
this podcast is taking a quick turn.
Tan Daddy's fat. I've never seen him.
It's like a can of frozen biscuits. So,
no, dude, it was
that make it worse?
That experience was like so amazing, dude. Like just meeting everyone for the first time and being in like the element that we all do, and we all do our things differently. You know, I mean, we're all different characters of our madness, but it was just fun, us all hanging out and like we've been buds forever, just vibing. Like we've all been friends forever, you know?
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That was one of my favorite days of riding at the festival for sure.
That was a
just
big
hanging out with you guys. It was it was just a bunch of bros hanging out and having a good time. It was awesome.
It was genuine. That's what was awesome about it.
Yeah.
I do regret not dropping the hammer.
You didn't drop it?
Definitely a big no. We never went back there.
So I didn't either. And I mean, the reason is because of the chaos. Like we were simply getting pulled in so many directions that we just kept thinking, oh, we'll get back to it. We'll get back to Kohler. We'll do it. We'll get back. And no, you got to take your opportunity when you got it, because I did line it up and I looked at it and I thought to myself, you know, from far back, I was like, no way. And then when I got to the edge, I was like, oh, this looks like fun. I just have to remember it looks like fun here, and then I can do it. Because that's my new rule. If something looks fun, I'll do it. If it doesn't look fun, I don't need to do it. And yeah, it was just chaotic. We kept getting pulled in so many directions. We never made it back to drop the hammer. But that gives us a pretty good reason to go back, I think. You know?
Totally. Yeah.
Mark and I went back. We were just like, because I like it, like, so like you were saying, it was so chaotic and everything was going on. Like it was really hard for me to even focus and film anything that day for a video, or the whole weekend, because I was just like dicking off the whole time. I'm just like, hey, what are you guys doing over there? Hey, what's going on? You know? So, like, I couldn't focus on anything, but Mark helped me on Sunday, and I was like, Mark, you know why we came here. We came here for specific reasons, so let's go film this. And then we finally did it, and Mark helped me for like 2 hours. And like any shot I wanted, he helped me do it. I was just like, yes, we got it finally.
Yeah,
but
it
was
dropped
just
out
like
50 times, so many different. Yeah, it was. Well, it was crazy because you were getting all the shots for it, and that was one cool thing that I got to see with Bobo and you, Eric, is like when you guys are on film. You guys are filming, like it is film time. We're sessioning, we're getting all the different shots. It's really cool. And I saw that with you, Ryden Dirty, when you were doing the drop the hammer, you actually started a session that day because it was empty when we got there. We got lucky and we were starting to do it. And you were hitting it like 20 times, 30 times, 40 times, all these different shots. And all these people started jumping in the mix with you. And before you know it, we had a full-on session going on.
Yeah, there was like 30 people over there, like doing it all at once. It was crazy.
It was
like all my B-roll footage of everyone else is like so many people there just doing it. And that dude that had no shirt on that almost killed himself like 3 times, that was awesome.
Oh, with the speaker?
Yeah, this dude had this like one of those bill speakers just blasting like old school metal from like way back when, you know, and he's just like dropping the hammer, and he's like, you could tell he's a BMX rider, and he was just like doing shit, and I'm just like, this guy's gonna eat shit any second now. So I didn't stop watching him the whole time.
That's when you bust out the cameras and find a good spot and wait.
Yeah, I was waiting for him, dude, and he was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do it again. All right, no shirt on, big old belly, dude, big old titties, and he was just going for it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there was so many. And then Bobo and Nate, when we were filming for your guys' channel, we did Fireline and we did Cease and Desist and all the awesome shots that came with that, man. I mean, literally it felt like we were on a set because you're like, roll sound, we roll in sound, all right, roll video. And then Bobo, you were grabbing people like, hey, can you do this shot and pan backwards on it? And
yeah, I mean, communication is key, and you got to balance fun and work when you're out there doing it. And ultimately they're one and the same. I mean, sure, stopping and getting footage can be a bummer to people that you're riding with, and to me too. Like, I don't want to stop and get the footage. I want to just do a full pull all day long, but I cherish those moments. That precious, beautiful B-roll that you end up with in your videos is priceless. You'll never regret getting it, but it is oftentimes difficult to set aside that time and put in the effort.
Especially the people who don't film.
Enjoy it.
Hold on.
It's passion.
Nate, you're breaking up.
Nate sound like a typewriter.
Yeah. It sounds like Morse code.
Well, hold on. He's typing it in. He's saying, he's saying, especially when they don't film very often. I got you, Nate. I got you, bro.
Yeah, especially like people that are out there with you that don't film. Like I do a lot of videos out in Arizona, and I'm like, hey guys, want to go ride, some pretty famous trails in Sedona? And when I bring people out there, they're like, yeah, and then they're like, dude, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, dude, I gotta get this shot right here. And they're like, oh, let me set up this camera real quick. And they're just like, can we go? And I'm like,
yeah,
no, you guys just go. I'll catch up later. I gotta get this thing, real quick.
That's why we all need to stick together, because whenever there's cameras around, just find that guy and be like, you're riding with me today, because we're gonna get shit done. Yeah. I would even just there were so many people everywhere. Like, we were at the castle, and I would just grab random people who had no business operating a camera, and I just give them basic instruction and be like, you're doing this for us. And as I'm editing all these files, the guy would think that almost every time I'd hand my camera to someone, they would think that they hit cut, but then they would just keep rolling, and I get to eavesdrop on their conversation. So that's a lot of fun in itself.
There are all these guys filming out here again.
Yeah, someone's like, oh, this is cool, man. I get to see how the sausage is made.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like, when I show you a sausage, you'll know it. So we're back on dicks again.
Yeah.
Oh my
God.
Matter? Now that Tan Daddy's done with his Morse code over there, driving us all nuts.
Yeah.
SOS. All right,
Yeah.
Nate. No one
I
cares.
see, Nate.
Is it?
We got you, brother.
Are we good?
No.
Oh shit! It cut out.
Just cut out again.
All right, I gotta shut
Wait.
these things off.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, just do something else.
While Nate's doing that, we got a $5 donation to the show from Neil Trail Monster, who says, Mark, both you and Bobo have great videos of the festival. Awesome stuff. Want to go next year. Hopefully I can get time off work or just retire by then. Oh, dude. Heck yeah. Either one or the other. But yeah, you got to get out there. And Bobo's video, if you guys haven't seen it, go to Biking with Bobo on YouTube. Here, we'll pull it up. And you guys got to check out that it felt like a mini movie, like the way that you had the feel, like we immediately jumped into the party scene when you had people at the Thunderdome, the Solemn Course on day one, and it was popping like in the video.
P-A-P-N popping.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Honestly, when I went out there, I kind of had, different plans, but I read this book a long time ago called Rethink. And it talks a lot about how we just get sort of like, the blinders on, and we get focused on, what we think we have in front of us. And we never take a second to rethink things. And initially going out to Bentonville, I thought I'd probably do multiple videos. And then it became pretty evident on the way home. I was like, no, one video. And that was a really good choice. And we just take all the best moments, and because I probably had about 6 hours of footage.
Holy cow.
And I didn't even look through a lot of it. I just no, I know where all these epic moments are, and I'm just going to grab them, and I'm going to make an epic video so that Bentonville can never not invite us back.
Yeah.
That's the plan. We're always welcome in Bentonville if I do a killer job on the video. So
I'm gonna be biased. My favorite part of it, you know which part it is.
When you're dropping the hammer.
No, when you stole my camera and you were just on the that shit ever.
Dude, that was priceless, man. I couldn't believe it when I was on the dance floor, and I'm like, fuck, man, why do I always go to the after party and I don't bring my nice DSLR camera? And I look, and there's Eric with this beautiful rig. And I was like, oh, I'm taking that. Hold on one second. My mom keeps calling me. It's driving me nuts. 5 times. 5 times.
Oh man, make sure everything's okay. Scott Ripple from the Arkansas says, "Hell yeah, you're
Hey,
always
I'm on
welcome."
a podcast right now. Can I call you back?
They are the
All right, bye.
Wow, meatloaf.
meatloaf. Oh man. So Bo, you were saying as far as you were on the dance floor, you saw Eric with his camera and you grabbed it, and that's where we got some of this epic dance footage here.
Yeah, there was definitely a lady on the dance floor crossing the line. She was smacking my ass, and Miss Bobo would not approve. I was like, listen, back up, lady.
It's pretty funny though, dude, because you were dancing whether people were there or not. You were like doing your own thing, no one's there, still shaking your ass. Like I had the phone ones that were hilarious when I zoomed in, and you were just like shaking it, you were twerking. It was so fucking good.
Well, because the GMBN guys were there, and I was determined to show them how we do it over here. And I was like, that was my main motivation. And I wanted to start a dance craze, and mission accomplished. Look what I did. I did that.
Yeah,
I did all that.
It was good, dude.
That's so cool.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, the hub.
That lady in the yellow hat.
Yeah, dude, that was the one.
Now this right here is a scene of the Continental Party. This was on. What was this on Saturday night?
Dude, we got the invite only. Nate, you want to tell them about what that was like? Oh, he can't hear him.
Nate's like, I'm out. Oh, no.
Oh, Nate.
Damn. He is so good at so many things, but
like,
podcasts?
Johnny's saying boobs editing was so good. Like an incredible docu of the fest.
Yeah, you put those back on maybe. But yeah, we got a random invite to this after party. And we had been cruising around town on the bikes, going to bars, pre-gaming. And when we got to the address, it was pitch black. And I looked at Nate. I was like, this is like a mansion. There's security guards. I'm like, they're not going to let us walk in there. We're just a couple of jabronis. Like, and if they do let us in there, this is definitely a ploy for rich people to hunt us with crossbows. For sure. Nate, are you there? No, damn it, Nate.
Nate.
He's struggling. I'll tell his side of the story. This is what he would have told. We walked in, and from Nate's perspective, he was like so awkward. He's like, this is awkward. Like, I don't know if we belong here. Like, I was like, all right, cool. If I say flash, that's the code word. We're just going to get the fuck out of here, right. And we're like looking around,
No crossbows.
And,
no crossbows?
No crossbows yet. But then we turn around, and they're even more terrified than us, way more terrified, petrified, I'd say, is Seth from Seth's Bike Hacks.
Oh, nice.
And he sees us, and he's so thrilled. He comes up and he hugs me, and he goes, we got to get the fuck out of here. And so, like, once we saw Seth, like, we kind of like, all right, cool. Seth doesn't really party like we party. So, like, we're probably okay. We're in a good spot.
That is awesome.
And it was wild. It was the wildest fucking party I've ever seen. And I have seen some shit. It was insane. It was absolutely insane.
I had heard that Continental Party was epic. $20 million mansion, and people were partying. It looked like an LA style movie party.
I felt like I was in LA amongst celebrities, and for the longest time I was like, oh, this is so cool. And then all of a sudden on the dance floor, everybody around me is like, get it, Bobo, and like, hey, Bobo, I love this episode. Hey, Bobo, I love this. I'm like, these people know who I am.
That's
like,
awesome.
Holy shit, I've made it.
Speaking about that with Mark was like, you're hanging out at Mark's pad at the Bike Inn, and I'm like, Mark, get us into that fucking party. It's in my He's like, I'm trying. I don't know who to call.
I know
that shit.
Yeah. It was awesome. The next day, I noticed the giant tent. There was a guy passed out in the tent. I was like, that is commitment. Just even make it there and then pass out.
Yeah, it was wild. It definitely was a hell of a way to cap off the festival. It was like, man, I didn't know. I mean, that was easy dialogue to put in the video. I think I said, damn, Bentonville, I didn't know you like to get down like that. And that it's totally accurate. You know, it felt like some Asheville vibes for a little bit. You know, I know a lot of places in the world like to party. You guys haven't been to Asheville before. Nobody parties like Asheville. And, you know, out there in that realm, it was almost like Asheville, but with an endless budget. It was too much for me to handle.
Yeah.
Right, Nate? There he is. I can hear
totally.
him.
I'm back.
That's
back.
nice.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
So Nate, tell us your take of that party.
Oh, I've never seen a house like that in my entire world. Like, this place was crazy. And yeah, it definitely had the Asheville vibes. And it was wild. I really don't know what to say. I'm speechless.
Yeah, we were overwhelmed.
Yeah.
We were blown away. Didn't know what to think. Just knew that we never wanted to leave Bentonville after that.
Oh man, right? That was definitely the feeling I got too. The drive to the airport was so somber. I didn't want to go.
The Sunday scaries, man.
Yours is what your guys' airport, you know, thing was easier than mine. I had to be at the fucking airport at like 7 a.m. I was just like, God.
Oh man.
Brutal.
Yeah, I was dying. And then fucking Scott picks me up and he's like, yeah, man, we're good. And I'm just like, Scott, I don't want to go. Can you just go back for me?
But we met and we got to party with so many really cool individuals. And we got to meet Jeremy. Jeremy McGee. He's an adaptive athlete out there.
Oh yeah, GMBM was filming him for something while we were there.
And Nate got to spend the entire weekend with him last weekend when I was in New York City.
Yeah, he shreds.
I saw him filming stuff up there at the top of that bridge thing.
Yeah, and he came out to Asheville and he was out here all last weekend. So it's like it's crazy. All the connections to people that we've made, and I think like lifelong connections, because Jeremy's a really cool guy, a hell of a rider, a great story, good friend, and yeah, we just made so many connections, just like you guys. You know, like that's what festivals would do for you. You know, and I feel like Tan Daddy and I have reflected on it quite a bit, and we're like, man, we really need to insert ourselves into these positions a lot more often and go to these events and mingle with the peeps.
Totally.
Yeah. Like too, like because Mark and I have a funny story about how this even happened for us, because it was like you had mentioned it on the Mountain Bike Q&A podcast about Bentonville. I was just sitting there by myself watching it. I'm like, dude, I should go there. I should go to Bentonville. That'd be cool, you know? And so then I hit Brett up from Unspoken, and he was just like, I don't know if I can swing it. And I was like, all right. So it kind of like went on the back burner. And then Mark texted me, he's like, are you gonna go to Bentonville? I'm like, honestly, I was thinking about it. And he's like, we're fucking going. I was like, all right, we're going.
Dude.
Yeah, I want to go back right now.
I would go back right now. Let's go.
Yeah.
What day is it? I don't even fucking know what day it is. I'm an influencer. Weekdays and everything.
I don't want to go to Asheville, honestly. Like, I want to check that shit out, dude.
Well, you should.
Yeah, you guys got to come out.
Yeah, we have some pretty world class shit out here. You know, there's a lot of World Cup racers who primarily do the building around here for a good reason, because we have like 2,100 foot descents and virtually no winter. Like, I mean, we get snow here and there, but we ride year round. Yeah, there's crazy shit happening here. It's the year of the trail, right, Nate?
Yeah, it's year of the trail. So pretty much all of North Carolina is putting a lot of funding into trail systems and stuff throughout different cities and all that stuff. So yeah, hopefully we're gonna get a bunch more trails like kind of close to town, so right out of the city, kind of like a Bentonville.
Nice.
Kind of, but we drive 40 minutes maximum for some sick stuff.
Really sick stuff.
That's not bad though.
Yeah,
40 minutes is like super chill. I mean, I have like Sedona 40 minutes for me, but Sedona is grueling. Like, you're paying your leg gods every time you go.
Yeah, we got Canoga, we got Burn Park, which is scheduled to release 6 miles of new trail at the end of the month.
Good grief.
We've got Colo Bike Park. We've got Ride Rock Creek, which just opened up not too long ago, and that place is gnarly as fuck. So yeah, it's a good time to be in Nashville, man.
When's the best?
Pisgah National Forest has like over 400 miles of single track.
Jesus.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's huge.
All right, that's the next destination, you guys. We got to get there.
Yeah.
What's that, Eric?
When's the best like weather time? Like when's the best?
Anytime, but
Really?
I mean, preferably
Fall
summertime.
Fall time.
Oh yeah, fall. Yeah, you're right. Fall, because we have the leafers. It's very Vermont-ish
So like
here.
October?
Yeah.
Smart.
When my baby's due.
Oh shit.
Oh, dang.
Yep.
Did I just
All
drop
right.
that?
Holy cow, this is
You
a
just
segment
dropped that.
exclusive. Bubba, let's get you on a solo layout. I'm busting out the cigar right now. Bubba
right.
has some news that he wants to share with all of you right now. Go
That's
for
right.
it, Bobo.
That wiener that was rubbed up against Eric's wiener not that long ago works. And I'm expecting my first, me and the wife are expecting our first child.
Hell
First baby boat. There it is. Hey, we got sound effects. You could be queuing up laser beams and farts this whole time. I want to hear a fart. So we're expecting our first child. It is a boy.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Little
Yeah.
baby Bobo is on his way, and he is due to enter the world October 21st.
No shit. That's awesome.
Hell yeah. Congratulations, Bobo.
I'm a daddy, and that's why, hence the mustache. Like I told you guys before we started, like I didn't even shave this. It just keeps popping up every morning. I shave my face every day, and then every morning there's a new Robin Williams like sitting there.
The daddy stash.
My Ned Flanders just won't go away.
MTV Rat Dad saying, so stoked for you, dude. Right on. He says, I remember being on the Patreon Zoom with my son on my lap, and you were like, where the hell did he come from?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Mountain Bike Q&A saying Bobo Jr. Nice. What a great time to grow up as a kid with the type of bikes that we have for kids right now, the type of trails that we have. Dude, it's going to be, and a good excuse to get out of the house with the kiddo and give the wifey a breaky break.
Oh, he's already better at bikes than me. He's not even born. And you know, my wife jokes, she's like, thank God, finally you will have someone to play with. So
Yeah.
really the kid's just going to be a distraction for me.
Well, this just came in right here.
There it is.
There's a
That's
sonogram
hilarious.
of baby Bobo right there.
Somebody did that. Who did that?
Yeah, congrats, man. Congrats.
Dang, man,
That was,
hilarious.
Yeah,
Joey,
congrats,
Joey, can you do
Bobo.
that, Joey?
I did that, yeah.
That's fucking
Nice.
awesome, dude.
That was quick.
Podcast engineer Joey.
Damn.
That
Man
was
of many
awesome.
talents.
Yes. And then per your request, as far as sounds go, this is from Just the Maker.
There we go.
Oh, no.
Wow. That was going to
Accurate.
itch when it dries.
Okay,
I took that from you, Tan Daddy. I was waiting for you to say
I know.
Now, did you guys have bidets in your bathroom? Is that just an Arkansas thing? I said Arkansas thing.
Narkansas. You trying to throw me in jail? It's funny enough that you say Narkansas like narc. We were having breakfast one morning next to the main road down there, and sure as shit, a cop pulls up, rolls the window down, and points at me and Nate.
Wow.
Bobo. I told him the next day when he came out to the tent, I was like, dude, I thought I was getting arrested. He's like, oh, I've seen your channel, bro. I know what you're up to.
That's awesome, man. Even the cops there are mountain bikers. That's so dope.
Yeah, he was really cool. That was Cody. His name was. He was a really cool guy.
That's very cool. Yeah, I saw somebody here that was in our lineup actually for the day we were riding. I saw Matthew is here in the chat. I want to give a shout out to Matthew. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. He says, Matthew says, great meeting you both, you and Bobo at Bike Fest. I was a Structure Cycle Works brand ambassador. Yeah,
I remember that guy. Yeah, I remember him very well.
Yeah, I think he was in our Fireline train when we dropped
so.
Fireline.
Yeah, I believe
That
Fireline was fun, man. It's really hard to pick a favorite trail out there, but Catapult I think was my so excuse me, was my all-time favorite.
Hold on,
I can't get through a podcast without some sort of gas.
What about the most amazing trail when we saw the little baby on the bed in the river?
Oh, we gotta get this guy in for that.
I thought we were tripping.
Just
I was
in
just like,
time.
did you guys dose me up with acid? Like, or did
It was a baby.
a woman just put a baby in the river in a miniature bed?
It was
Yeah.
like a
I can't even
miniature-
describe it to you without thinking that without the whoever hears the story thinks that we're on acid. We weren't on acid.
That was like 10 minutes of us talking about it as we saw it happen. We're like, did that just fucking happen?
It's like, did you
Is that a
see it
baby?
too? Yeah, and even the people listening to this podcast are like, what are they talking about? We were riding back from Kohler to the festival, and there was like a newborn photo shoot, I'm assuming is what was happening.
Looked
Yeah.
like
I
it.
think
And there
Yeah.
was like
what it was,
what
yeah.
looked like a miniature bed that was taken from like a
thought it
manger
was a
scene.
doll.
I thought it was a doll at first as well. We all thought it was a doll. We all hoped it was a doll, but no, as we got closer, we're like, that is a real life,
Real baby.
fresh. That's a fresh baby too. That thing was fresh. Like
It
it
was
just
fresh.
Just came into this world and then placed into the river. I was like, fuck, man.
Maybe it was a baptism / photo shoot.
I suppose there's something was going on there. Like, yeah, there was some children of the corn shit going down there
Yeah.
for a second there. It was,
Eyes were still swollen like when they first come out. That's how new the baby was.
yeah, it was new. It was fresh.
And we were cooked, man. We had put in a lot of miles, and to ride from the hub back over to the festival is probably 2 miles of pedaling. I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
what's that like, Mark? Actually,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought it was easy.
I was hallucinating. I heard you guys in front of me going, "Was that a baby? What was that a baby?"
Because me and Brent went back and we got tacos, and then we're like, "Fuck this, we're getting e-bikes." And we came back with e-bikes, and then Mark was still on his bike.
Yep.
I hear decoy boys, and I'm used to being like, "Yeah," and then I realized you were saying that because you guys were on decoys.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you guys are living it, man.
Oh, yeah.
Outsider is saying, "Who's going to Bike Fest at Sky Park this weekend?"
Oh shit, there's an event somewhere else, Nate. We got to go.
Let's
on,
go.
baby.
We promised.
Where are
that
we going?
Come check out the Unspoken.
Where is
dude.
this? Where is this Sky Park? Sounds like California.
Yes.
Decoys allowed all day long. It's like a only e-bike park, basically.
Oh, okay. I can get down with that. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in the Arrowhead or Big Bear Mountains right there.
Oh.
So you've got the 3 parks. We just opened Snow Summit. Today was opening day. Shout out to all the folks that are driving home from Snow Summit. Snow Valley's open, and Sky Park is having their Bike Fest this weekend.
Nice.
Popping off tomorrow, Friday.
Sick.
I can pick you boys up at LAX. You just let me know.
Let's do it.
Let's
got
go. I got all that
YT.
YouTube money, man. I just fucking throw down on some tickets.
Got a camp spot. Let's do it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, camp spot. That's my game right there.
Yep.
Speaking of YouTube
Yeah.
money, I made 36 cents this week. Watch
Sick.
out!
Nice.
Watch out!
That's pretty good. That's
I'm
pretty
gonna-
good.
I'm gonna toot my own horn real quick because I just got my first video that did fucking amazing. The best
Yeah.
I've ever had. I
It was
got
11,000. How much was it? How many views was it?
now it's at like 13,000, I think.
Yeah, I saw that. The reason
Good.
it did well, if you want to know the secret,
Tell me.
is because you did a good job. It was really. I mean, there's. I mean, it's. I thought I would say something better than that. It's not funny, but it's just basic advice. Like, you can't have good results if you don't make a good video.
No,
And
facts.
I watched it and I thought to myself, fuck, this is a really good video. I shouldn't have sent that prick my files. He's going to make another one, and then before long, Ryden Dirty is going to be like more popular than me. No, we traded files from Bentonville. He sent me some of the dance floor stuff, and I sent him some of the stuff that I shot as well, which is how we do it. But I watched the video.
Yeah.
It was very well thought out, very entertaining from start to finish. There was a purpose behind it. It's relatable, and I just, hey, really stoked for you, man. Do more shit like that.
You know what this? You know what one of the secrets was though, that, and I actually took it from you, and this is what it was, because you know you watch all these YouTube videos about the advice people give you on how to make a great video. You should do this, and you got to do this, and the algorithm this, and the algorithm that, and everyone says like you got to make a video that's at least 8 to 13 minutes long. And what I fucking realized, I watched so many of your videos that you do that are like just 5 minutes, and they're just going the whole time, and I'm like, fuck, I don't need to do a 20-minute video. I just did a 5-minute video, and it's the most successful video I've ever made. And I was like, fuck it.
That's the key. So many people go out and film a ton of stuff, and then they get married to that footage. And because they have a personal connection to it, it's harder for them to, you know, let go of those moments that shouldn't be in there.
Yeah.
I've always been a firm believer that the best compliment is, this video should have been longer.
Oh yeah.
You know, I get that comment a lot, and I'm like, thank you. That's it. Because I sure as shit don't want the comment, this video is way too long. You know, that's not what you want. So yeah, good on you. And you know, you keep putting that into practice, and it starts to become easier, and you start to see, you know, oh, I can get it to this quicker. You know, because it's not always about a short run time. It's about including only the best moments.
Yeah.
And that's how I did my Bentonville video. If it wasn't funny, a legend, someone from YouTube, or incredibly exciting, it didn't make the cut. There's no time for anything mundane or you know, or trivial, you know. So yeah, you got to be a pretty critical of your own stuff.
Yeah.
You just got to learn to hate everything. I always wanted to do a video called "How to Edit." It's just like me walking with someone down the street, like, you gotta hate everything. Like, what? Watch this. Fuck this guy's hat. That painting's a piece of shit. That car is terrible. You know, just start
watch that.
Yeah, just start hating everything, and yeah, it'll become so much easier.
Well, I noticed that too, because like, I've been writing the scripts lately. You know, it's just easier to follow along the shit you do if you just write it all down. You know, like I've always kind of done that, but I've been getting really detailed. I'm like, all right, that's a detail that doesn't fucking matter. Don't do it. You know.
Here's a free lesson for everyone out there: 90% of all projects fail because of a lack of pre-production, a lack of planning. That is why most projects fail, you know, and even I am guilty of that. Sometimes I'll go out and be like, I don't know what the fuck we're filming. And you have to take all that footage and press a diamond out of a turd, you know, and it's challenging that way. But if you have a really good plan and you go out and film, you're at least going to come back with that video. The idea is, though, that you go out with that plan and then something cooler happens, and then you come back with a better video.
Facts.
Oh, interesting. I love it.
I'm not releasing my Bentonville video now. Fuck that. I had no plan.
No, but you know, we fly by the seat. We just go out there and ad lib most of the time these days. But I find that most of my comedy, or pretty much all my comedies, are scripted and well thought out.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, and he'll come in with a page of the script and pictures that he has drawn of like how it's supposed to look. Yeah,
and it's really funny to look at those projects now, because I've saved a lot of those storyboards, and they match like so well. So yeah, there's something to be said about a little organization, a little, you know, planning ahead, and if you want to execute better, you know, you got to have a better plan.
Yeah. TV film, man. I took that shit in high school, and I remember every single thing I learned from that shit. I just didn't apply it.
I paid attention so much in college. I just didn't
That sounds like a video in itself.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome, because the followers of this show are pretty heavily YouTube related. So this is great stuff. Mountain Bike Q&A is actually asking Nate. He says, Nate, do you get final say in Bobo's video when you're in it? Like, nope, I don't want that shot of me in it.
Absolutely not. If it's something embarrassing, you better believe it's probably going in there, regardless of what I say. Yeah.
And I'm not going to ask. No way in hell I'm going to give you an opportunity to tell me that you don't want it in there, so that I have to put it in there anyway and not give a fuck about your feelings. If the camera's on and you do something stupid, that's going in.
That's the goal right there.
So many people have stopped riding with me because of that very reason. I'm like, you said it. You looked at the camera and said it. If you didn't want it in, right then and there is when you say, don't put that in.
You're done. It's there. Like the surprise I left you, Mark, in your phone, and then you put it in the I was like, fuck, I didn't think he was gonna do that.
That was beautiful. I love that. That was awesome. That was such a great face in slow motion.
Mark, he was like it's when he was doing the suies, and he was doing the tire taps, and I'm holding his phone, and I just like turned the phone around, and I was like doing that shit. And then fucking I was like, I left you a surprise in there.
Yep.
That was good stuff.
No, unfortunately, Nate, it's like Christmas every Thursday or Friday. You know, he gets to wake up and see what deplorable shit I left in the edit.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
You guys have a great like rapport. You're back and forth. What I got to see that when we were filming, as far as how you're trading off cameras and knowing where each person is. In fact, there was one moment I was concentrated on Nate's back tire, and Nate said something like he almost fell, and I briefly looked over and I saw you like catching your balance as you were running through the woods. I'm like, damn, that dude's committed.
Oh yeah, yeah. You got to get those shots. You got to get those shots. You know, it's probably my fault for upping the production value on our channel, because now we've established that shit, and now you have to keep it going. Hence that giant bag on my back. And, you know, everyone loves to give me shit online about riding an e-bike, but they don't realize I'm carrying the entire lollipop field on my back. Like I got like 3 dwarves in that bag. Yeah, yeah.
I fucking carried that bag and Eric all the way back.
He's fucking pulling me. I was on a regular bike. He's pulling me back. I'm like, yeah, dude, you're good. Are you all right? Fuck.
Yeah. Is that a baby?
But yeah, you know, I got that that gimbal and the DSLR, so like you can sprint like full on. You saw me. I tripped hurdling shit because I was trying to frame you and then just letting my instincts take over with the legs moving forward.
Crazy.
But you get some pretty incredible looking stuff out of it.
Yeah, for the folks who haven't seen that yet, or the scene that we're talking about is on Bobo's video when we're dropping fire line and cease and desist. And it shows us through the trees. Bobo's shooting through the trees as we're hitting those tabletops. And that was the shot. And it was like, man, we did that so many times for that shot. And that shot ended up being so sick.
And you notice that like none of that was in order. You know, it all came down to, okay, I got a lot of hype in the video. Now we're going to start riding. Well, the riding has to start with the most iconic and best shit that I've got. Like, even though I was all kinds of other stuff I could have went to in order, I knew exactly what the first shot was like. When that first rock song drops, when the drop hits, it's cutting to that one shot where I just like followed you guys on the concrete path. And then I think like you and Mark and somebody else hit something behind you on cease and desist. And I was like, yeah, this is definitely how the riding is going to start.
That was dope. That was dope. I kept thinking, dude, I hope it doesn't fall in there. There's ticks and all kinds of stuff, and you're chomping through there.
One tick. Everyone's talking about all these ticks, and I spent like half of the festival in the bush. I didn't get one tick on me.
I picked like 5 ticks off of me every time I went through the brush.
Yeah, Nate was always picking ticks off, and I was just like, "What's the deal? I didn't get hit. I didn't get hit. Nothing, you know."
Well, they were saying, who was talking to us, Mark, and they were saying like, if you eat certain things, ticks don't want to fucking eat you or some shit.
Yeah, was that Scott from the Arkansas?
Oh, was it Scott?
I think so. Or was it Jeremy from the Bike Inn? I don't remember. That pretty much sums up the trip.
Yeah,
I don't remember. It was awesome.
Yeah, Mark was like, "Hey, Bobo got this badass shot. We should try it with your camera." And I was like, "Mark, I can't do that. My camera's really expensive. And that's not."
Yeah.
I don't have a goddamn gimbal. I'm not doing that shit.
Well, I loved it when I like came up to you in the after party and I just grabbed it and I was like, "I'm gonna take your really expensive camera now. Goodbye," and I just like disappeared onto the dance floor.
And I just turned around and walked away. I was like, "All right, he's doing that."
Totally fine.
That's when we went and got hamburgers with No Breaks Nate.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I ate hot dogs because I thought they didn't have any hamburgers left.
Nate, he's the only guy I know who needs a pre-meal sandwich. This guy, if there's food, he's there. Like
I eat a lot of food.
He
for
does.
Sure.
He does. I can't believe that we've made it an hour and you haven't snuck in anything in. Have you been disappearing off screen?
Well, yeah, I have a little mannequin that comes in when I leave, and
Nice.
My mic hasn't been messing up. I've just been disappearing.
Mannequin is like a blow-up doll.
Dude, that was actually a couple times because like we were walking because Nate, you told us about the burger place that night, and then me and Brett were like, "Fuck, we're hungry, let's go." So we're going down
the dive.
Yeah, you were like,
it's
2 blocks away. We walked like 6 blocks. Like, where the fuck is this place? Like, it doesn't go up yet. And then Nate goes by on the bike. He's like, "Yeah, you're almost there." And then everyone from YT was there. Like Dylan was there. Brett Tippy was there. That's when Brett was playing fucking frisbee with him across the street, going up fucking cars.
I loved the dive. There was that one night we're going back to the Airbnb and the dive was like packed. I'd never seen it that packed the entire time we were there. Throwing down with a dance party, and they were like bumping some whomping music. And Nate goes by like this, and that kind of gets all their attention. And I come by with my hip pack, twerking on top of my bike, and like everyone just lost it. Like
Everybody
I
was
don't know.
cheering. Yeah.
I don't know if they knew who we were, but it was pretty awesome.
That
Yeah.
is so good. That is
That guy
so
was-
good.
The guy cooking was so pissed though because he got like 30 orders at once, and he's like, "What do you? I don't know what you want. What do you want? What do we got here?" People are like, "I don't know. What'd you order?"
My favorite was Eric. He had to pee so bad, and the bathrooms there were so full of people in line. And you're like, I gotta go so bad. I gotta go so bad.
2 blocks, and I went and pissed on the wall.
Allegedly, there was an alleged wall where you could pee on it.
I was like, I gotta go. I'm like, dude, there's a bush right over here. If you go over here, make a left right here. There's a perfect bush. No one can see you, but you can see them. And you just
Yeah,
like,
just
going.
don't get your pee too close to that
I'm
bush and get a
going.
tick on
I
it.
handled it, and then I looked around, and
Yeah.
Brett Tippy was right behind me.
Yeah.
You want to play frisbee?
Well, Tippy, the bush is over there. Yeah.
Is that a frisbee that's glowing in there? What is that?
God, I
I
can't
hope
believe
I
that
get
we
that.
did that, play frisbee down the fucking boulevard. That
Dude,
was
that shit was
insane.
comedy.
I so hope I get
good.
to hang out with Brett Tippy again someday. That was fantastic.
Yeah,
That
he
was
was,
definitely a
gorgeous.
highlight of my life, was playing frisbee with him down that. Yeah, I'll never forget that for sure.
yeah,
So-
he was like pulling me over real close to him. He's like, "Hey man, I got these jokes." He just started telling me all these.
He
Tons of
never
jokes.
runs out. He never runs out of.
Yeah, dude, and we're right next to
Never.
the fucking little hot dogs and shit, and there's like people trying to figure out their orders. And he's like, "Nah, man, come here. I'm gonna tell you this." I was just like, "Dude, I love this fucking guy."
Yeah.
Yeah, Tippy's the man.
He's so good. Yeah. Brett, 6 blocks of frisbee with Tippy from sidewalk to sidewalk.
Yeah,
all
dude.
the way down the boulevard was amazing.
3 cars.
I noticed that first day that we were throwing, I was like, this guy could throw forever.
Yeah.
Like as
Yeah.
long as I keep like,
Yeah, he just kept going, dude.
There's a sick glow in the dark frisbee. It was,
It was
like,
sick.
whoa, dude. Touching that thing.
And like
Uh.
you were trying not to throw it in the car. He was purposely trying to fucking throw it through the window, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
sounds right. That checks out.
Mountain Bike Q&A saying, again with the jokes, we need some. Do you remember anything that Tippy told you, or are you sworn to secrecy?
They were endless. Like,
Yeah, I remember.
Nate, you remember?
I can't remember any, but you would change the subject, and the new subject, he would come up with a new joke.
Yeah.
Every
man.
Oh, yeah.
fires them. Yeah.
Tippy is awesome. I love it.
That was the other thing I was told. Jimmy, when he found out that we were coming out there, he's like, "You've got to do a video with Tippy." I was like, all right.
When your video dropped, Bobo and Nate, I sent it directly to Jimmy. He's like, already saw it. He slayed it. He was so happy, man.
That was really, and that's what you want to do. You want to do a good job. Like when I'm out there, I'm getting pulled in a million directions. I'm trying to spend time under the YT tent, trying to go to the hand up tent, trying to film an episode, trying to collaborate with all these other YouTubers, Normal Mountain Biker,
Yeah.
Jess the Maker, Evans Mountain Bike Saga. We all had plans to collaborate before we went out there. And it was just too chaotic. We couldn't get it done.
Yeah.
So, at the end of that, I was like, man, I really hope I did a good job. And talked to Jimmy today, and he said that he showed the video to the head of or to some pretty big people at YT, and that they were very impressed and they loved it. So like to hear that, it's like mission success. Like that's what we wanted to do for sure.
That's
You had all those plans to meet all those people, and all you do is touch peepees with me.
That's it. That's what happens.
That's where the
what
magic's
happens.
at.
That's where that is where the magic's at. The magic is located on the PP.
Eric, what did your wife tell you when you sent her the shot of that clip? What did you say?
What did you say? You called me a bunch of gays or something like that?
No, she said that's my junk.
Oh no, yeah.
That's my junk.
A bunch of gays. Now, hey, that's my junk.
That's my
Oh man. As far as Bentonville Bike Fest, definitely recommended, like 10 out of 10. Like we're saying, that was such a fun event, and there were so many people there. I mean, every time you turned around, you guys, at least for me, it was great because I got to meet so many people that I always watch on YouTube. I mean, Seth was an incredible meet. I just turned around, he was sitting right there at the YT-10. I'm like, this is my chance to talk to Seth.
Yes, that's a cool guy.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
chilling
he
with
is.
talking to him, but I was like, I felt so awkward because he's Seth, and I'm just like, so you making movies while you're here, or what? Stuff them all. Cool. All right, we go over here.
Ingest the maker. Yeah.
He was confused when me and Nate walked up to him at the YT tent.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck are you guys doing here? Like, you're the only Asheville asshole who showed up? No, you're not the only one who could come here. But yeah,
Where
no,
was he hanging out?
What's that?
Where was he hanging out? Who was he with?
When we got to the festival, we came straight to the YT tent, and that's when he was getting a demo bike from YT.
Oh, no
and
shit.
He was just like, "What are you guys doing here?" He's a really down to earth guy and a really fun person. Actually,
he is a really good dude. Yeah,
he's a cool guy. And yeah, it was like, oh man, I didn't even know he was going to be out there. It's like this is a good start. This is a good start.
Do this with you too.
So one of my favorite meets, and this is when I first saw Nate and Bobo. This was at Thunderdome. I'm walking at the end of the slalom course. There's a big berm. It peels you out. And then there's a sidewalk. You can either walk up or climb up. And I see Bobo and Nate coming off. And I see Bobo just dancing to the music, having a good time. And I'm like, whoa, there's Bobo. There's Tan Daddy. And then I hear you go, there's a dude I never thought I'd meet. And I looked over and it was Neil from GNBN.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, damn, I don't have my camera on me. How's this going to go? And Bobo.
Neil, I never thought I'd run into you. I'm sorry. What was the question? I stepped over your line.
Oh, no. How did you feel when you first saw him? You were walking towards him.
Oh, I was excited. I was excited because of all the people I have done impersonations of, they're one of the few who's reached out to me about that and acknowledged it. And, through corresponding on Instagram, oh, Nate's doing Morse code again.
He's sitting there.
I knew that they were pretty cool with it, but at the same time, it's like the first time you're actually meeting this guy. And I've probably kind of harsh in my impersonations a little bit, maybe a little bit, but that's where the fun is, and it's supposed to be flattering. But I knew Neil was a cool guy, and it was really exciting. You have to embrace those opportunities, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, not to make it about production or anything again, but you go out with an idea for a video, and then you come across opportunities that are vastly superior than your ideas. I had no idea I was going to run into him out there. What was weird was how often I ran into Neil. I saw Neil every day, and we hung out every day. Even the footage from Ryden Dirty's camera at that dance party, Neil and Rich are just off camera.
No shit.
Wow.
And I before I started the dance craze, I was hanging out with those guys, and I looked at them and I was like, watch this shit. And I just go out on the dance floor and got the dance party started. And that's why. So I don't know if you guys saw GMBN's video. They had me start the Dirt Shed show from Bentonville as Neil.
Oh, damn.
No shit. I haven't seen it.
You didn't see that?
Oh, I didn't watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's
go watch.
so funny.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm Neil Donahue. And like, what? And Rich is like, wow, Neil, you're so excited today. What's going on? I was like, well, I'm lit, Rich. I'm lit.
I'm feeling pretty lit.
Feeling pretty lit. And then Neil comes out and is like, who the fuck is this guy? And it starts.
Oh, it's so good. Dude. I gotta watch
Oh,
it.
no way. Okay.
And one of the cool things, like I met Normal Mountain Biker and we hung out forever. We hung out with Normal Mountain Biker every night. He was our designated driver a couple of nights. And it was really cool hanging out with all these people and learning who they really are. And I learned that Neil and I have a whole lot in common, actually. We're both exactly the same age. We're both big fans of loud music and have gone to tons of shows. And we're both incredibly talented on a bike.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So not that much in common, but we have stuff in common. We're both 41 years old, which was interesting to hear. Same with this guy right here, Eric.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just really cool. Meeting Neil was really cool. I'm glad I got to do that.
Yeah, that's very cool. That was so cool to see. Like, I did not want to get in the way of jumping and be like, hey, what's happening? I'm like, ooh, this is going to be good. I'm just going to see what happens here. That was a great interaction. And luckily you were filming. So again, if you haven't seen Bobo's video yet, go on there because that's actually in there.
ABR, always be rolling. Always be rolling.
Never
I have a superpower, and that is unbothered by endless amounts of footage in the editing, post-production side of things. So I have that going for me. That's partly why there's no mistake behind the success. And that is because I'm always rolling and I come back with a mountain of footage. We call it dump trucking. You shoot, and then you dump truck all the footage to the editor and you say, here, this is your problem. Only problem with that is that it's my problem, but I've gotten used to it. You always be rolling because you never know when a moment like that is going to happen.
Bobo, when you have that dump truck moment and you're thinking about putting the video together, do you already have things earmarked in your mind as to what you're going to uncover from all that footage?
Oh, yeah. I edit in real time. I virtually shoot it and edit it in my head as I film it. I'm like, okay, that's going here. That's going here. It's going to have this type of music to it. It's going to last this long. I'm going to cut right on this line. And, when I first started editing as a professional, I worked for these other YouTubers and they taught me like the YouTube pacing. So like I've actually slowed down my pacing from them because those guys would have me cut from syllable to syllable, like on every single word in a video. But yeah, when we're filming, I'll just be editing in my head. Sometimes something will happen in front of me. Someone will do something really funny on camera. I'm like, yeah, it's not making the edit, asshole.
Like they're trying.
Like, all right, that's pretty good, but no. It's not good.
Do another angle. Let me see. Okay, no. That's interesting. Eric, do you find that you're doing something similar to that? Because your videos, you've been telling me you're changing your style in videos, and obviously this last video is like really kicked up the views.
Well, for me, like the thing that I've kind of stayed true to like what I really wanted to do. And for me, it's all about the cinematography more than it is the subject of what it is. I just want it to be dramatic. And when you look at it, you're like, holy shit, this is a feeling more than a video, And so I started taking it from that perspective because before I was doing a lot of videos like, hey guys, we're out here fucking riding bikes with our fingers up our asses. And I'm just like, I don't want to do that anymore. Like I want to make a film. I want to make
That's a great title though. And I can already vision the thumbnail.
Look at Bobo's eyes. He's got it. That light bulb went off.
And like I'm a huge fan of just like movies in general. Like I watch more movies than I watch anything else. I either watch YouTube or movies. I don't watch TV. Like it's either a movie or YouTube.
Drives my wife nuts. Like she's like, do we have to watch Aliens again? I'm like, yeah.
So for me, it was like I've always wanted to just do a badass like everything. Like so, I told you, Mark, a while back. Like originally, I was gonna do a motorcycle documentary because that was what I was into back in like 2007, 2008, and I learned how to race motorcycles on the racetrack. I went to school for 2 years for motorcycle mechanics. And like I was making a documentary from not knowing how to do it to how to do it. And then eventually what happened was I lost all that footage because my hard drive crashed.
Oh,
and I never got to like actually film it. I even had like a what was it? A Twitter that my name was the first film guy, because it was my first film. And then I lost everything and I was just so bummed out about that. And I never got to like finish it. So now I feel like that's the route I'm going to go now. I'm going to be able to like make these small little like dramatic films in the subject of mountain bikes. Not so much
I love that. I mean, I personally feel like that's the reason why Fast and the Furious is a thing. It's because people love cars, and there really should be a mountain bike feature film, not a feature film that has mountain biking in it, a feature film about mountain biking. Like there really should be like a buddy road trip movie, like Dumb and Dumber, except instead of going to Aspen, they're going to Whistler. Like we call it, let's go to Whistler.
Let's go to Whistler.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Let's go.
Right. And because 90% of all films are, road trip movies are the best, and 90% of all films are people going on a journey.
Yes.
And then the other 10% are like someone new comes to town, like that's the basic layout for almost every film ever made. So yeah, let's do it. Let's write a script, man. I'm
down. Yeah. I'm so down. And I'm so down to go to Whistler because I haven't been there yet. Mark's been. You've been.
Same.
Yeah.
Nate hasn't gone yet, but
I haven't gone yet.
I'm so down.
Yeah, I that's my goal. Like, is to take Nate to Whistler. Like at some point.
Sign me up.
When we going?
I didn't say Ryden Dirty. I said Nate. I'm just kidding. You guys are all invited. You guys are all invited.
You can join us.
We clearly have a good time. And I need more people going that are cool with stopping and filming. We're going to do that. That's going to happen.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Now you took a trip. You took a trip out there, Bobo. You were invited by another YouTuber to get out there for the? Was that your first time out there when you were?
Oh yeah, first and only time. And we ended up we bought 3 days, 3-day passes, and we only ended up doing 2-day passes because the third day we were too hungover to ride, and Paul the punter was cursing my name for forcing him to party that hard. And in fact, I think he denounced alcohol for
After that?
over a year. I think after that.
Wow.
But we shut Whistler down. Like we shut the dance floor down. We went out to a couple after parties, and then I hopped a fence and soaked in a hot tub by myself at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Why wasn't that? I mean, this is all like good movie material.
You don't always have the cameras with you.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But that sounds like fun.
Usually when you're breaking and entering, you don't want to film it.
Yeah, you don't want that. Nate's like, yeah, I'll go to, but I don't want to do that part.
Oh no, he's down. He's down. I know.
Yeah, I'm always down. I just say yes to everything.
He does.
Yeah.
Speaking of down, we have this queued up real quick, and let's take a look. Is this it right here, you guys? Is this the intro to the dirt shed?
Oh, I don't know.
Can you guys see it? Am I
No,
not
I
on?
don't see anything.
Okay.
Mark.
I don't see shit, Mark.
It's
There we go.
how many bikes do you have?
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Yep,
All right.
there it is.
Get a piece of this and see if we can. Joey, are we cool to play this without getting unmonetized?
Sure.
Should be good.
Right. Welcome
Sure.
to the Dirt Shed Show. I'm Neil Donahue.
And I am Rich Payne. Welcome, everybody. Neil, you're incredibly happy today. What's going on?
I'm feeling pretty lit, Rich.
Wow.
Let's go.
Dude, fucking gold.
Played it.
Gold.
Like he asked me to do that every day, and I was apprehensive to do it. And Nate was like, "You got to do it." And I was like, "Fuck you, Nate. You don't have to do a British accent in front of British people." Like, he loves the joke. Like, Nate, do a British accent. I'm British. No, he can't do any other voice other than Nate.
Because Nate's just a Nate all the way across. Doesn't
Oh,
matter.
that's so good. That's so good. Guys, I know it's I hate that we have to like end this podcast because this is always so fun. We can hang out and talk all night, but I want to say thank you so much
Totally.
for being on. Before we move off the show, I did want to open it up. Is there anything that you guys wanted to share to the folks out there in podcast land that we didn't get a chance to cover?
Go to Bentonville Bike Fest next year. We will be there and expect to see full frontal male nudity.
Oh
'Cause
man,
I'm going to be naked.
I think that was,
I'm gonna
was
regret
that a
that.
selling point? Was that the main selling
you're a
point?
dad now.
Well, dads can get naked. Act like I'm not bad. I'm not dead. See, that was fast.
Yeah.
My neighbors love me. My fucking neighbors love me. No,
Joey
seriously,
the King.
seriously though, come out to Bentonville next year because if you don't, you're gonna really regret it.
That's gonna
Yeah.
be
I'm
Big
sure there's
one.
gonna be more trails, more people, better vibes.
Bigger parties, yeah.
Yep.
I can't wrap
I'll be there.
my mind around it. Yeah,
Should we book it now or what? Should we like start booking it before it's too late?
I think we've already made friends with everyone who owns an Airbnb out there.
Right?
So I'd like to know where we have.
Bobo, anything coming out of your channel here in the near future or your Instagram?
Yeah, stay tuned for tomorrow's episode. I take a rock climber mountain biking for the first time, and then next week I had Chat GPT. Is that it? AI.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah.
I had AI write a comedy script about mountain biking.
No
And
way.
I filmed it in lieu of drunk history. So me and my buddy got drunk on whiskey. We read the script, and this Sunday we're going to go act out all the drunken scripted Chat GPT stuff.
Oh my gosh! Now
I'm excited for that project. It's going to be a good one.
Is that going to drop on Instagram? Or will that drop on YouTube, or should we check both and find
It'll
out?
be on YouTube, and then probably a few months from now, it'll show up on Instagram.
Beautiful, beautiful. And then no breaks, Nate. As far as your Instagram, I looked up your Instagram. I saw you on there. Anything for you coming out?
Hell no,
Not
he's just
really.
riding my coattails. He doesn't do shit.
That's right.
Five.
But we'll post it. I share it. No.
But I do put him through quite a lot, so like it's a pretty
Yeah.
fair trade off. He's a good friend for sure for that.
Yeah, that's awesome. When I came home, I told Joey, I'm like, dude, Bobo's Nate is like my Joey.
Yep.
You're right. Joey hasn't said shit this entire time.
That's the thing, though. When we're not on camera and we're with Joey, Joey's the one getting us to do all the fucking crazy shit. Because when we were riding those fucking YT Scepters, Joey was riding down fucking trails you shouldn't even ride on a mountain bike on that fucking thing.
You need one of those.
Are you guys gonna come down here? Am I by myself or what?
How did he survive?
Gravity.
Nah, this has been awesome, Mark. Thanks for having us on, man.
Man, love having you guys. Absolutely. Nate, is there anything you can share with Cane Creek at all? Anything in the near future that you can or want to plug?
I wish I could. I really can't. There is some good stuff coming up.
We got in trouble for that recently, so
yeah.
We're keeping on the DL.
But soon there's going to be some new exciting stuff on the market. I really can't say much more.
That's awesome. No, that's excellent. And for people that are where will they keep an eye out for the new stuff dropping from Cane Creek?
Pretty much like Cane Creek on Instagram would be a good thing to follow.
Oh, baby, some new stuff coming from Cane Creek.
Yes,
that's awesome. Thank you, Nate.
You're
Ryden
welcome.
Dirty, how about you? Anything from your channel or Instagram coming out?
Watch my new video, you assholes.
It's really good.
Really good.
He's not lying. I can give it a good endorsement. Like it's a really good video. You guys should.
No, I'm not. I don't know if my Bentonville will come out. Probably not this weekend, just because too much shit going on. Because I'm gonna be in California with all you guys. But probably Bentonville in a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks.
Okay. So. And as far as the Instagram, anything coming out on the Instagram that we should keep an eye out for as well?
I wrote down 3 ideas today riding the e-bike up a mountain that was 1,700 feet. And I was like, would that be funny?
There you go. That's how it all starts. Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. And before we sign off, what's the title of that video you got going out right now? Just for people to hear it.
Me or Ryden Dirty?
Oh, both of you guys.
Tomorrow's video is called Mountain Biking is for Everybody. And it's kind of like a body positivity video. It's kind of a change of pace for me. It's
nice.
I've taken a fellow out on an e-bike. A good friend of mine named Drew climbs walls, and he's an advocate for rock climbing is for everybody type. And it's going to be a change of pace, but I really am proud of the edit. I think it's going to be very entertaining, and I think it's going to be maybe do some good, instead of getting into arguments all day long about people and their beliefs on e-bikes, like I'm just going to walk the walk instead of talking the talk so much and take somebody out on an e-bike who wouldn't have a good time otherwise.
Smart.
Nice. Awesome. That's awesome.
So stay tuned for that tomorrow, probably 10 a.m. Eastern time.
Beautiful. I get to wake up to see that one. That's going to be dope. Excellent. And Eric, your latest video that's out right now.
I learned to jump at 40 years old.
Beautiful.
It's a great title, great thumbnail, and even better video. That's what Mr. Beast says. Like, you have to give them a title and a thumbnail that they can't not click on, and then the video has to exceed their expectations. That's the recipe.
Well, my channel just went in the fucking toilet for that
one. And another star is born. I love it. I love it. You guys, thank you so much for jumping on the Segment Podcast. Really appreciate it. Bobo, congratulations on baby Bobo.
Congrats.
That is
I'm
awesome.
that baby pappy.
And boys, we'll see you guys soon. Hopefully Asheville, October time frame. You never know. Definitely the folks that are thinking about Bentonville next year in 2024, be there so you have no FOMO. Thank you all so much for jumping on the Segment Podcast. Remember, whatever you got going on in life, work hard at it because you're the one that's going to do it. No one's going to do it for you. And all that hard work will pay off. We'll see you guys at the top.
Yeah.
Laters.